A wealthy investor is ready to sponsor Barcelona this season. Stay tuned to find out who. So we kick off the episode sitting in 4th place, and I think you guys already know at this point what to watch out for this team. It's clear we are capable of scoring incredible goals as a team, but like was the running theme last season, we concede goals for fun, and it's costing us points. You can see we are not winning games that we should because of our lack of ability to keep clean sheets. And even in games where the offense does really well, it threatens to all be blown wide open again by our defense. There are some huge question marks over certain players in this team. I think specifically Iñaki Peña has struggled to step up in that goalkeeper role. Even though we signed Buffon, the games he's playing, he is making high-profile mistakes, and it's close to costing us points even though we grind out wins in some of them. Regardless, there are plenty of good talking points, specifically about the offensive players, and it's enough to keep carrying us through. Somehow we are grinding out results, and the team is still sitting here in 3rd place with a game in hand over Real Madrid, so not too bad all in all. But this is Barcelona we're talking about, and we need to make sure our standard of quality remains high. And as we come towards our next Europa League game, there is some breaking news in the squad. We are opening up the opportunity for a kit sponsor to come in and help our financial situation as a sleeve sponsor, so I left it up to the vote. You guys in the Discord spoke unanimously, and PlayStation is the winner with a $20 million a year deal. That's going to help us out big time for the opportunity to sponsor us on the kit there. You can see it in action, and our finances this season have been great. We sold Torres for $150 million, Trincao we sold, we got the new sponsor, and we won some prize money in preseason. So all said and done, things are looking pretty good. We've been frugal with our spending, and now I think it's time to just be a little smart about things and actually spend some money for a change. So we turn no farther than a real-life player linked with Barcelona. The Brazilian Kaique is an unbelievably promising young center back who could come in and really help us out here. So for 8.8 million on the dot, his exact market value, we bring him in through the academy to sign him into the first team here. He's still only 18 years of age, and the sky's the limit with 86 potential. He could turn out to be a superstar. Hopefully he'll sign in real life as well, and we can see him rise to the occasion. But this is what things look like now. Araujo is still out, and I think we just need the depth. So with things not looking so great with our defense right now, we're just going to throw him right into the fold. We don't have a lot to lose here in terms of giving players minutes. Mingueza has not been up to standard recently, so let's see what the new signing can do. Peña is going to continue in goal. We're going to keep backing him for as long as we can, but one eye on goalkeeper might be going into January. So Shamrock Rovers up next, the opportunity for youth, and that includes Kaique coming into that back line. Let's see what he can do on his debut here. But there's a lot of other players to watch out for as well. Charlie Musonda, Ezel Zuli, a lot of players make the starting 11 or the bench for this one and are desperate to make an impression. But I think you'll all remember Charlie Musonda had an unbelievable debut in the Europa League earlier this season. This looks to be no different, cutting inside, looking at danger already. This guy has been the surprise signing so far this season, and he really looks deadly on offense. I think it's a matter of time before he really finds his footing. But despite all of that, 15 minutes into the game, we've had 4 or 5 clear-cut chances, and with nothing to show for it yet, you start to get that sinking feeling that maybe we just won't be able to find the back of the net. Despite all of our efforts, we continue bombarding in on goal. It is boys against men, and we just don't give up. Charlie Musonda twisting and turning in the box. It is lovely footwork to set up none other than Gabriel Menino to open the scoring finally. It is about time. Our new central midfielder breakout star this season, Gabriel Menino, finds another goal, and it's at the hands of Charlie Musonda, who again is having an incredible outing here in the Europa League. And I can't go without mentioning Kaique as well. The center back had a fantastic debut, couple really good challenges here, and honestly didn't put a foot wrong for the majority of the game here. And the team just keeps going here. Despite only maintaining a 1-0 lead for most of the game, we just keep bombarding, and eventually Menino finds a second. This guy, I'm telling you, his ability to score goals and assist is unreal. Not only does he pick out those two, he sets up Sergi for a third. And just like that, a game that was probably a little closer than it deserved to be based off of our performance, gets blown out of the water 3-0. That might stick out as the best performance I have seen out of this team so far. We had 7 expected goals, which is simply unbelievable, and so many players sticking out. Menino with a perfect 10.0 rating once again, but there's a lot of promising talent here. Musonda again putting on a clinic out there, and how about that for a debut from Kaiki? 8.3, not bad at all. Just so much to be excited about in this team in terms of youth, and we march on with this season. So Europa League looking good, the league is looking good, and honestly, despite some big defensive concerns, we're doing all right. We're scoring a lot of goals. It's an exciting team to watch at the very least. It doesn't mean we won't keep improving and making good signings, but honestly, I think we're in a pretty good spot so far. So we roll on with the league action, and we're just looking to maintain where we're at. I don't think we're going to win the league this season. I think if we can finish in a Champions League spot, we can consider that a pretty big win, but it's going to require a lot. Gianluigi Buffon putting in some great performances here to bail us out. Again, these games are end-to-end stuff, and it is not without any kind of action in our final third at all. It's just a little crazy at times, and we are going to concede a lot of goals this season until something changes, but Buffon put on maybe the best performance I've seen out of a goalkeeper so far in this series, making save after save, but eventually, when we're on the back foot that much, games like this are eventually going to go against us. We're blown out of the water here in terms of performances by the opposition, and despite Buffon's best efforts, we cannot keep the chances to a minimum, and eventually, they deservedly convert. 2-0, and it's games like this where our offense is failing to score that we are going to see some bad results eventually. We still are undefeated this season, and with half an hour left, this could all still be on the line here. Adama Traore pretty much right off the kickoff, taking his man on with intent. Can we pull one back here? Yes! Sergi grabs a goal. Game on with 25 minutes still left. Never say never with this Barcelona team. Adama Traore again, give and go. He's clean through on goal. Can he score? No. Oh, well, it just might not be our night. And this time, it wasn't. A first defeat of this season. It's heartbreaking for the team, but it was only a matter of time the way we've been playing. We've been luckier than not in a lot of these cases, and deservedly we do lose that one. Araujo finally returns from injury though, and that is a huge boost to the team. We all know defense has been the issue. He's our star center back. And with Piqué and Garcia having been our 2 starters recently, it's going to be interesting to see where Araujo fits back in. Honestly, Piqué probably been the more disappointing of the 2, and he might be at risk of getting benched in the next couple of games once Araujo comes back into the fold. But in the meantime, we continue on with the lineup we have. Araujo's not ready to start just yet, and all eyes are on Gabriel Menino, who has been our standout player this season. And he's the man to watch offensively. He's not even a winger or a striker. He started out as a right back, but he seems to be our #1 danger man. He really has an eye for goal, and being in the right position time and time again this season, you can just see how important he is to the build-up play here. His footwork is great, his vision's great, and his finishing has been so far too. But despite all of that, we still have no goals to show for it just yet. But Barcelona keeps knocking this door down. And as we come up towards halftime, you feel like it's just a matter of time before we get something going here. And eventually, Pedri clean down the middle, great footwork, better finish. We get our goal just before the whistle blows, and Barcelona deservedly take the lead in this game. And it seems like unless our defense has something to say about it this time around, we are on our way to getting back to winning ways. Charlie Musonda off the bench for this one for Ansu Fati, who honestly has been a little disappointing as of late. He had a really good start to the season, but he's slowed off the mark just a little bit. It's been 5 or 6 games since he contributed to anything offensively, but definitely still a young player, still developing. I don't want to be too harsh on him at all, but you can see the kind of impact Musonda makes already. He's really making a case, honestly, for a starting spot, I think, with these kind of performances, and he might be due for an upgrade at some point in the near future. Musonda looking so dangerous again on the ball, and although it doesn't work out in that instance, man, he has been a force to be reckoned with. And the team keeps marching on. A 1-0 victory, a rare clean sheet for the team, maybe given by the boost there of Araujo being on the bench, but we're sitting in 3rd place pretty solidly at this point. and everything looks solid for Barcelona overall at the time. Looking at the squad though, I think a couple things need to change here. I've been getting some really good comments about players who could use upgrades or downgrades. Let's take all of that into consideration, make a couple quick changes. I think Pedri at 87 was a little too much, so I dialed it back. He'll be at an 85, still a world-class player. He'll still keep growing, but let's keep things realistic. I also think Sergi probably growing a little too much, considering his age and the way he's playing. 82 feels about right, so we dialed him back there. But a couple bonuses as well. Gabriel Menino, we switched him to a central midfielder instead of a right back. That brings him to 78 overall. And then finally, Charlie Musonda gets a well-deserved boost to 75 overall from 73. A lot of that is just due to adding his stamina. It was in the 40s, so he can actually run around now. But the other change that we're going to make here is some of the kit numbers. So I saw some amazing comments from you guys. Thank you so much for the heads up. We have to have players have between 1 and 25 to fit in with La Liga rules, so we're going to update everyone to fit that. Also, the goalkeepers, I changed Peña to fit 1, 13, or 25, which are the rules there for goalies. And taking a look, there's a couple players, we have more than 25, so a couple are going to need to go over that limit, but these are the players who aren't really getting minutes anyways. They can have those numbers. The rest all fit in within that 1 to 25 rule now, so we should be compliant. Let me know in the comments if you see anything that looks off, but thank you everyone who has been invested so far. And with all that said and done, it is back to Europa League action. We've had so many exciting games as of late, and we're going to keep rotating in the Europa League, giving youth players minutes. Easy, Abdi, Charlie Musonda, Sergi obviously continues to start up top, but a lot of teenagers in the squad really starting to make an impact. Unfortunately for us, though, that comes at the cost of goals, especially in the back line once again. Peña's on his last legs here. It's another mistake from the goalkeeper. I mean, it's not his fault that the opportunity was created, but his confidence seems to be down the drain these days, and we simply need better out of our players. We can't settle for mediocre here at Barcelona, and players like Mingueza, Peña, kind of promising young defenders, they're just not making the cut at the moment, and we're having to rely on our offense to step it up here. And we look no further than, again, Charlie Musonda. Slipped through on goal, unbelievable finish, and it pulls us back into this game despite kind of having our backs against the wall for the last couple minutes in this one. Man, what a promising young talent he is starting to become once again. I know injuries really derailed his career, but we're starting to see the best of him already, and it is really exciting stuff to witness. Izal Zuli now, another young winger making his way into the fold. Give and go with Menino, and we could convert something here just before halftime to flip the game on its head. Unselfish for Sergi, who makes no mistake in front of goal and pummels it past the goalkeeper to settle the score. 2-1, Barcelona back in front despite another defensive mistake. And on we march with this game, finally in control of it here. A win here would put us in great shape, and an absolute howler from the opposition sets up Sergi. That's probably the easiest goal he's ever going to score, but I don't think he'll be complaining. His numbers have been great again this season, and Barcelona in fantastic shape now. We've all but got the group locked up. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but we're looking very likely to go to the knockout rounds. And with the league in good shape too, we take on first place Sevilla, who have been relentless this season. 4 goals conceded all season long. And if we want to get anything out of this game, it is going to be up to our offense to deliver at a really high rate, because, man, they have had lockdown defense against all of the teams this season. Unfortunately for us, we cannot say the same. Sevilla with a little bit of pressure there on the back line, and it is a huge mistake once again. Adama Traore unable to settle the ball and clear, and it is bundled over the line. Once again, we find ourselves in a losing position, and once again, it could be at a pivotal point here in this game. Diego Carlos rolling Alba, and it's over the line. Unbelievable stuff. Sevilla take the lead here against Barcelona, who have not had a good start to this one at all. We are struggling here, and we have to find our way back into this game quick if we want any chance at going through. Sevilla have really had this game on lockdown. We're struggling to create anything here, but eventually the high press pays off, and Sergi! Oh my lord, what a save from the goalkeeper. I think we're getting a clear indication as to why they've only conceded 4 goals all season. If their goalkeeper's making saves like that, and like that as well, we are going to struggle to find anything in this game. Save after save, we still have nothing to show for this one, and Sergi again. point-blank save from the goalkeeper, who has been outstanding. Well, I don't know if I've missed something. I don't even know if I know who Dimitrovic is, but he is having an unbelievable season and game here, as once again, he saves an effort from Sergi that should have been a goal. He powered that down, he did everything right with the strike, but once again, the goalkeeper gets a foot to it, and as we come into the second half here, it just feels like we will never find the back of the net. Ansu Fati clean through on goal, and again saved by the foot of the goalkeeper. This is absolutely heartbreaking stuff for our offense. We just can't get a goal. 15 minutes left in this game, and Thiago flips the script. Well, I don't know exactly how they secured a move for Thiago to Sevilla, rather, but he made a huge mistake in this game that could prove costly for them as we march towards the final minutes of the game here. A man down, Sevilla clinging on. It's Jordi Alba who cuts it back. Ansu Fati strikes in the back of the net. And it's game on here. Is it too little, too late from the team? Yes, unfortunately, we cannot make our way back into this game. Ansu Fati, reconciliation goal only at that. But Sevilla maintain their place at the top of the table, and deservedly so. Very tough team to break down, and we just couldn't find our way through in that one. On the bright side, Araujo is not only back from injury, but ready for the starting lineup at this point, and why not? I think we desperately need him at this point. It's PK who's going to make way on the bench for this one. Minguez is actually going to start alongside Araujo as we continue to rotate the team a little bit in action here. Even the players who I'm not quite sure about still deserve minutes. I think in the spirit of giving youth a chance in this one, that is the way we're going to be playing. But check this out. How about this for an impact right away? Ronald Araujo putting in a challenge, winning the ball back, and springing the counterattack for Barcelona as Adama Traore is allowed to run down the wing and set up Pedri for one of the easiest tap-ins you will see. Barcelona definitely never questioning our offense in this kind of series, and Gabriel Menino sets up another chance. Ansu Fati scores. Just like that, we're back to winning ways. Despite the setback against Sevilla, Barcelona keep marching on. We're in third place. No need to panic just yet. But this is the big occasion now. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, they are also struggling a bit this season, sitting in 5th place, and both teams here are going to be desperate to prove what they've got and climb their way back up the table a little bit here. It's always been fierce between us and Atletico in this series. We've had some incredible games so far, and I don't expect this one to be any different. It's been high octane right off the start here, and the offense is flowing strong. Ansu Fati looking to cut inside. Great footwork and save out of Oblak, forced into action. It's a really good start here from Barcelona as we keep marching on, looking for opportunities. Ball over the top, Traore. We just keep going here. Gavi settles it. Busquets, first time pass. Kappa with another save forced out of Oblak. Well, we've thrown everything we have at this game so far. No goals yet, and Sergi heads it down. 20 minutes in, it has been non-stop action. Neither team able to score yet, and Buffon showing that he's still got some gas left in the tank with another incredible save. Both teams have had 4 or 5 quality chances, but despite that, nothing to show for it for either. 0-0 remains the scoreline. Only half an hour played, but it feels like a full 90 worth of action already. And here we go. Pedri has the opportunity to set up Fati, who's sprinting down the middle. What can he do? Touch in front of him. It's Sergi. Surely. Oh, it crosses the line. Oh, my Lord. What a goal from Barcelona. Well, out of all the chances so far in that game, that was probably the most hectic and least beautiful way to score. But in the end, a goal is a goal, and we will take it. Relentless off the counter-attack once again. We always seem to have goals in us off the counter. Fati, Traore, Sergi, they're all incredibly pacey players, and we find ourselves a goal up because of it. Coming into halftime, though, it is all hands on deck. Atletico Madrid keep pushing for an equalizer here, and you get the feeling if they keep playing this way, probably just a matter of time. Although, we get a breather. We go to halftime. We still have the lead. No need to panic just yet, but what a game it's been so far. This is maybe the most exciting game of the season. Both teams have had incredible chances, but so far we're the team who still remains ahead here. But Atletico Madrid come out firing here in the second half. Joao Felix sprinting through on goal. It's Thomas Lemar who cuts inside. Great footwork, and Buffon. Well, he's a little too old to be our long-term goalkeeping solution, but for the time being, he has stepped it up in a big way, especially this episode, keeping us in games that we probably have no right to remain in with some incredible saves. But Unfortunately, there's only so much one goalkeeper can do, and Atletico Madrid find a goal of their own off of a corner kick. Like I said earlier, it's probably just a matter of time, but the worry for us now is conceding a second. We're going to try to cling on here and maintain at least a point out of this game as Atletico Madrid really turn the tides in this one with 15 minutes remaining. It's all hands on deck here. Whew, thought that was in for a minute. Joao Felix with a strike from distance. We just cannot get control over this game, though. Cunha now sprinting in behind. So many good chances here for Atletico, and Buffon makes another save, and we still remain in this game. Only 6 minutes remaining. All we got to do is not concede again, and Buffon out there to grab it. Lovely stuff from the goalkeeper. As time winds down now, you get the feeling if anyone gets one last chance in this game, it's probably going to be game over. Kappa now coming forwards. And that chance might just fall to us here as Traore coming forwards. Can he pick out that final ball? Yes. Sergi wide open in the middle. Great touch. Better finish. Sergi Ceballos gets the job done for Barcelona late in the game. Incredible scenes here against Atletico Madrid as our young superstar once again makes the difference in a pivotal moment. Well, with our backs against the wall and everything against us here late in the game, somehow, someway, we find the way. 2-1 Barcelona, an incredibly tough fought game, but we come away with all 3 points. Alright, well, Barcelona still sitting in third place. This season has been insane so far. But I think it favors us. Champions League would be great. We're doing pretty well in the Europa League as well. And as we look through the next couple of months here, we're coming up towards January. I think we're going to have the opportunity to really make some changes in this team. Iñaki Peña has not been happy. He wants more games. The way he's playing, he doesn't really deserve them here, so he might look at either a loan or a sale away. Something else to watch out for too is I think with PK being dropped to the bench, we might be looking to move on some of the older players in the team and start building a little bit more for the future, but only time will tell. I'm not in a rush to make too many changes all at once, but I think a lot of players are just not up to Barcelona caliber right now, and we're going to have to make some smart recruitment if we want to keep building this team. In the meantime, if you guys want to take an active part in this series, feel free to join the Discord. Link is in the description. Would love to see you all there. We'll be having more votes as time goes on. Also consider subscribing if you haven't already. Stay up to date with this series, and I will be back soon with next episode. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.